I don't know. Speaking about some sad shit, though, what I wanted to get your guys' opinion on, because I sent you guys the video. We have a guy who's getting a little popular on Instagram now. He got diagnosed with a brain tumor, and now he's been given 2 years to live. And his whole mission now is to just raise money, not via donations from like viewers or anything like that, but to raise money from sponsorships. So he's asking for everyone's help to, follow him, subscribe, so that way he can justify getting the larger companies to give him money that he wants to donate to, charity for cancer research and all this stuff. So real quick, I just wanted to give a shout out to the King of Chemo. We're going to tag him right there.
King of Chemo.
King of Chemo.
No, dude, like that shit's crazy because I mean, first off, just thinking about the whole situation, being told that like you have literally 3, I think it was
2
like
years.
It was like 2-3
he said
years
3,
or whatever.
but then he fixed it with 2 years.
So you got 2 years to live. Like just having like that kind of motivation and drive, because there's a lot of people that they go the completely other way. Like people are like, yo, like fuck this, like life sucks, like I'm gonna be gone in like 2 years,
right? And
people like go off the deep end. But it's like for him to have like that level of like motivation, determination, and just wanting to do like a greater cause,
right?
That's like super dope.
Yo, what do you think that is though? Is it just an individual thing? Is it like, you look at both options and you're kind of like, well, let's just leave a positive note, or what do you think it is? Because personally, I don't know. I don't know if I'd be that quick to be positive.
I think it's just people's like outlook on life. Like there's some people, bro, that are just very, very positive minded. They want to, make an impact. They want to make a change. And then there's people that are like, something like that happens. Like they're going to be, there's a lot of people I've seen be diagnosed with shit that they're like, everyone, like, and they're miserable. They want to make everyone else miserable. And they truly just want to be at that point, I think, gone. So I think it's very individual basis. I think it depends on the person.
Yeah, but I do think that emotion is, I don't blame them for the emotion of like, well, fuck it. Because imagine you wake up and
it's hard.
Imagine you wake up and you're being told like, hey, I know you had plans to be a grandpa, be a dad, be 60, 70, grow old, but nah, like the one life, right? Who knows? It's just being basically stolen from you.
Yeah.
And I could see why, you'd be negative. Of course, why you'd be like, well, what the fuck? Why me?
I think
7 billion people.
I think every person, like, regardless how like positive or like whatever, like, I guarantee you this guy like went like he just wasn't like this out the gates. Like he probably probably took him some time. Like anytime someone gets some like crazy news like that, like no individual's like, oh, I'm gonna take a positive, road
I disagree.
Here.
So the reason why this impacted me so much, I was 21 years old when I had lost both my parents, right? My dad passed away first, which we all kind of saw. He had health problems like my whole life. But then what surprised my entire family was 2 weeks after my dad passed away, my mom was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, pancreatic cancer, and she was gone within 6 months, like the doctor said. So it's like, at that point in my life, I'm 21 years old, and a lot of people are like, how are you not like going crazy? How is this not affecting you? Like, because you have two options: sink or swim. You do something great, or you let it fucking deteriorate you. And that's what I see in this guy. What I really admire about him is not only is he's fit, right? He's like, I know I don't look like I'm someone with stage 4 cancer, but I got it, and I'm here to do this. And he also has a business plan. He's thought about this. He wants to get viewers, to raise money from sponsorships, to run these races with their logos on his back. Like, he has a plan to get a company a lot of fucking money to donate for this research. So it's like he's thought this shit through, and I think he can absolutely do it. That's why I'm want to support it.
Yeah. I think I mean, you can do it, like the guy, right? Like I think what he's doing is really cool, and it's really inspiring.
You're more questioning the motive, how he gets to that place.
Yeah, because I mean, do you guys have anybody who's in your family or anybody close has been diagnosed with cancer?
Yes, I just said it.
No, I'm sorry. I'm saying like, I'm sorry.
You're right.
I'm saying like they did that. No, but I'm saying like, okay, bad. I guess more to Evan.
Okay.
Have you? Do you?
So I've not had anyone. So I've had like
I feel dumb as fuck. My bad, bro.
Yeah, I was very close to both my grandparents. I don't really have much cancer history in my family, but they all died due to different like health reasons. My grandma died from a super rare disease. My grandpa actually I think honestly just died of depression once she passed away. He passed away a couple years later. Yeah. But I've also like dealt with like a lot of like, not even like deaths, but you know, I don't want to get into it, but like bullshit family stuff. I've experienced a lot of like crazy shit, you know, over the years. And I guess I think like where my head is with it is like, regardless of whether it is like death or a disease or even like shit things in your life, I feel like we all as humans, we go through an emotion, we all go through like this emotional state of like how we handle that. So like you obviously, you know, took like, you know, you haven't really said like how you handled your whole parents thing, but it's like that first initial, like you were obviously sad, you were probably down, you're like, damn, I just lost my parents, whatever. Yeah. But then it's like, I think to me where the biggest thing is like there's people that like anyone's gonna have that first like initial emotional reaction.
There's stages of what happens.
But then it's like, I think where the big difference comes into play is all three of us have someone die tomorrow. How quick are we able to move on in our life and keep things going in our life? Or how do we, you know, continue to move forward really? And I feel every single person is very different with that.
Yeah, I agree that everyone's different. Because even when you say like you went through sadness, not really. And I'm not bullshitting anything. It's like it happened so fast. Once again, no one expected it. She was diagnosed with stage 6 or stage 4. We, you know, obviously we were hopeful that she would make it through it, but then she didn't. And now it's like, there was no time to like slow down and feel sad for yourself. It was like, I'm living at their house, which was rented. Now I have to figure out where the fuck I'm going. Yeah. My mom used to do my taxes and now I have to fucking figure out how to do my taxes. There was so much shit that's thrown at me so quick that I was just like,
that's that sink or swim.
Yeah. But that's what I mean. So I think there's a possibility, and I'm not saying that this was what this guy's experienced, but at the very least, there's a possibility that maybe he hasn't even dealt with sadness yet. And I'm not saying that's it, but maybe he's just like, yo, I got to do something with my life that means something.
Because I think a little bit of that too, my bad, not to cut you off. I think a little bit of that too is that if you do stuff so you don't have to think about it, you don't think about it. So you basically avoid the...
Staying busy.
Which is good. I don't think it's bad. Yeah. But we don't know. I'm assuming that this guy, because I do think there's initial stage. I just had somebody who less than a month ago diagnosed cancer, right? Out of nowhere, had a little lump, was like, it's just like a muscle thing. I don't know. He's got 3 kids, right? Just bought a house. So it's like, initially it's like, bro, this dude hasn't even made his first mortgage payment. He's 29, right? Bro. Came here when he was like 15. You know, he doesn't watch this. I'm not gonna say no names, but came here when he was 15. Brought his mom, his brother, his sister, brought his whole family here to the States, right? He's working, motherfucker, 3 jobs, you know, and he just is hustling, bro, doing his thing. You know, now he's married, you know, he's here, he has papers now. So he's like, but he got papers 3 months ago. And he's like, man, I can leave here. I can travel the world. I can do this. I can take my family who's born here and we can go to fucking Rome if we want to. He hits with cancer. Yeah. So it's like, with him, you know, and that situation, it's like, there's a shock, right? There was a moment of time where they're like, dude, I mean, what? I'm 28. Like, my life just started, if you really think about it. Yeah, right. And of course, there's a little bit of grief, but like, hey, man, we have a house, we have 3 kids, we got to keep it going. And a little bit of me is like, you know, it's just, haven't been too like, you know, hey, bro, what's going on? Because like, what am I gonna say to you?
That helps.
I'm not like, I can't get myself to be like, hey, bro, how you doing? Because that's what everybody else is doing, and like, it does come from a place of love, but that's not what you need right now. Yeah, you know, and it's like trying to find ways for me to. I don't know if it's money. I don't know. Just to try to help you out, but it's fucked up, man.
I respect how you said that, because that was one of the biggest things that I had dealt with. Was like, everyone handles shit differently, right? So maybe one person needs something different, but like for me,
I'm gonna start crying right now.
It was almost like exhausting when people kept reaching out, and being like, "Yo, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry." It's like, I'm not. I got shit to do. You know what I mean? I can't fucking be focusing on the shit.
So, I guess to say all that, it's just like, you know, his. It's not where it's like stage 4, but it's just like, it's at that point where, you know, we have to go balls deep in treatment and pray the shit works out. It's not as simple as just cutting the shit off.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, it's just high pressure, it's high stress, but hey, I have 2 jobs, still got to keep it going. You know, I got my wife and she needs to keep working. We need to keep this ecosystem still working as we figure it out.
It's like a roller coaster because like, I think to both of your guys' points, it's like, you know, there's like, it's like that sink or swim mentality. And sometimes it's like, I feel that when you lose someone in life or something tragic happens to you, there's like that initial, like, okay, shit, like kind of like panic mode, like, fuck it, I got to do this. I got to do this. I got to do this. And I feel sometimes it actually doesn't hit people till later in time. Yeah. You know, once your life does start to settle down and like, now it's like, okay, this is my new life. Like now this is like how shit is. And that's when sometimes it actually hits people. So I think it's so dependent on scenario, situation. Like you were obviously like living at your parents' house, you said. So like there's just everyone, you know.
Dude, to me, I couldn't imagine, bro. Like I tell my wife right now, and like whenever this conversation comes up, right, just about like losing your parents. My dad lost his parents, bro. He came here from Mexico, was here for like a year, sending money. He literally gave him a hug and he's like, guys, when I come back, I'm gonna have papers, I'm gonna have money, like I'm gonna come right. He leaves, dad dies.
Yeah.
6 months later, mom dies.
Yeah.
You know, so that was kind of like the last thing. So now my dad has like a, you know, put it upon himself to be like, you know, the financially take care of everybody. To be that person that continues the shit moving. And my dad was 30 when both his parents died. And it's one of those things, bro, where it's like, I don't know. I mean, for myself, dude, like, I pray it doesn't happen soon because emotionally, I don't think I can take that. If it were to happen like right now, God forbid, I'm not saying I'd go like really bad, but dude, I just know spiritually, emotionally, I'm not ready to lose. And I don't think you ever are ready, mentally. But it's just one of I don't know.
But that's the thing. I think you have to have an appreciation for the circle of life, right? At the end of the day, we all live, we all will die. Like as long as you get in terms with that lifespan, then it makes it a little bit easier because you have to understand. Make sure that you cherish the time that you have with the people that you love now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But let me ask you guys this though: what if you guys were given 6 months to live or 2 years to live or whatever? How do you think that you would live out the last couple months or years that you have?
Go ahead.
It's tough one. That's a tough one.
Yeah.
So I think me personally, like I, for the most part, am always like very positive.
Yeah.
Like I had like some shitty news like a couple months ago about, hey, like, you got to do this or you lose your job. And I'm like, damn, like, like that was like, at first I'm like, damn, like this
happened here. You
like,
figuring that shit out here.
I'm like, damn, like this sucks, but I'm like that positive person. I'm like, it's all good. I'll work through it. I'm going to figure shit out. I think like when it obviously comes to something like, life and death, that's obviously like a whole other level.
Yeah.
Me personally, like, I think I'm one of those people that like, I mean, you guys have got to know me, like I love to have a good time. So I think like me personally, only one thing would really matter. And that was just like spending quality time with like people that I like truly love. And I don't really give a fuck, bro.
I don't
give a fuck where it is. Like I'm actually, I'm a really bougie person.
Are we invited though? Come on.
Yeah. No, you know what scares me? I was just thinking about it. If he was given 6 months to live, we're all dying because he's just going to be an animal.
Because I'm going to be an absolute fucking savage.
He's like, come on, boys, we're going out again.
I got a +2. Let's go.
It's like, so I think, and like, this is like kind of like the small town in me. Like I grew up like with like literally nothing to do, just like a single road through the town, 2 bars, a fucking cafe, and a fucking post office. I grew up like very sheltered, very boring ass lifestyle. So for me, like I can
made up for it.
I can find fun
multiple times.
Like I can find fun in like little shit. Like us 3 could go to like literally a dive bar on the outskirts of Vegas, and I could just have like the best night ever. Like just little dive bar, good fucking music, good food, and just like bullshit.
Speaking of which, we gotta hit up Pioneer Saloon. Just saying.
So anyway, I think me personally, I would just like really focus on being around everyone that I love, and I do like I'm such a foodie. and I fucking love traveling. So it would be a mixture of friends, food,
Booze.
and travel. And yes,
let
me be very clear here. There's gonna be a lot of fucking alcohol,
and I guarantee you, he would not be in the gym one more fucking day of his life. Unless there was a bar called gym.
What I would probably do is I would probably just get on like
He'll look like me in 2 years, bro.
No. What I would do is, just so I could get like great results with the least amount of work as possible, I would get on so many fucking enhancements. I would be
Hell yeah.
I would be shooting and taking in everything just to have me like straight in, like Incredible Hulk, where it's like I could
have to work the muscles.
I could be depleted, laid in bed, and I just still look like fucking Rambo.
Just like a hard cock.
You know,
veiny.
Well, so what about you? You have 2 years. What would you do?
See, that's the, initially that's what I want to do, right? But if I leave, all the financial burden is left on my wife and my son, right? So it's like, honestly, I wouldn't work again. I just keep whatever we have. I just give her I'm like, here's the password. So there's the money. It's right there. Unfortunately, she's gonna have to. No, she has a life insurance policy on me. She'll be all right. But I don't know, dude.
Does she?
Yeah.
Oh, that's smart.
Well, we have it.
I'm actually proud of y'all for doing that.
Yeah, dude. So I don't know,
do too.
man. I think I would.
That one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, bro. My girl's like, yo, if you die, she's like, I'm rich. I'm like,
Yeah, it's like,
what the fuck?
Yeah.
But
Eat this.
Mine's like right under $1 million.
Yeah, I think
Yep.
I don't know. I think for
term?
us three, I don't know. She did it through her job, but all I know is that fucking half her check goes in that motherfucker. I don't know, dude. Initially, I am like, yeah, let's just fucking go travel, go do all this stuff. But honestly, I would just want to spend I want to do everything my son likes to do. He likes to go, just play in the ocean, sit on the sand. Like, I just want to be glued to his hip for those 2 years.
Wow, I respect that, man.
Yeah.
But it's it's like a different aspect, because we don't have kids, so it's like it's so hard for me to fathom giving my last days to someone else. And don't get me wrong, you're completely in the right. If I had a kid, I'd feel the same way, I'm sure.
It's weird, dude. It's one of those. It's an overwhelming feeling of like
selflessness.
Yeah, but it's just like in a movie, all right? In the Element movie, to go back. What the main character, she's made of fire. The guy she likes is water.
Spoiler alert.
I'm sorry.
Damn.
They obviously don't mix, right? If they, she touches him, he boils, he puts her out, and she doesn't have a hand. So they're, long story short, they're in a room together. They fall in love, whatever. There's like a little earthquake. They're in a room. There's no air coming out. Like the rocks fall. Well, now there's no air leaving. So the guy starts to boil, the water guy. And at this point, she's finally like accepting. She's like, oh my God, I really like this guy. She's hiding the relationship from her family. They're at this really good point, but they're in this room. This motherfucker starts evaporating.
Bro, you giving us way too many details on this movie.
No, well, hold on. If I have to build it up, bro, because I'm gonna start crying. This is where I cried.
Jeez.
So the guy is like either
fucking big old emotional,
bro. So it's like the guy,
big old emotional teddy bear.
The guy is like, I mean, it's okay. Like just keep used to survive, and I'll evaporate. I'll die. Whatever. So the motherfucker dies, right? And he basically is like, yo, I love you. It's okay. I don't care. Like. He's like an incel and finally finds
Save
love.
Save you $10.
No, hold on,
Do
bro.
not fucking go to this movie.
It's not the main point. It's not the main point.
What's the point?
The main
what I'm
character
saying
evaporates. End of story.
He fucking dies, but he's like, yo, like I'll give everything for you to keep going. She has a family business. She's whatever. The point is that when you have a fucking kid, bro, it doesn't matter. Like there's nothing you wouldn't do for that person.
Yeah.
So
Right.
So what I'm saying is like, yeah, dude, I wouldn't want to be away from that little motherfucker and then yeah, that's it.
All I'm
like
gonna
my
say,
mom,
bro,
my
is-
dad, him, and that's it. That's all I want.
I'm really glad you didn't come out and kick it with me this weekend because you sound like you had an emotional weekend,
bro. I'm about to fucking start crying.
Like, dude,
how do you
dude.
not elicit emotion from that? It's selfish. It's because you guys you're not there yet. Bro.
You're
not there yet.
We didn't watch the movie, and
We should go.
here
Yeah.
describing the last
Jesus,
40
brother.
Well, but can we also talk about how fucking well I painted the whole fucking picture for you guys?
Yo.
And the motherfucker dies.
But you didn't captivate our attention, don't you?
Why? You don't
Yeah.
think so?
Not at all.
What do you guys think?
They're hella bored, bro.